And recording. So I'm going to flip my camera and we're going to do a tabletop constellation. All right. Wonderful. So Hisa, we're going to look at your field right now. So Hisa, please, again, kind of from the top, if you can tell me a little bit about what you wanted to look at today with your father.
So my father's influence is almost like a curse that's preventing me from having close relationships.
Okay. Say more about that.
And it feels like the curse is, if I can't have you, nobody else will.
Okay.
And you only exist for me.
And whose words are those?
My father's.
Has he said those words before?
Yes.
Who said those words before him?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and bring you into the field.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go ahead and do Hisa now. And again, for those of you on the call and following after the call, what we're doing is writing Hisa's name on a piece of paper, and the word now, and this arrow is the direction in which she's facing in the field. So Hisa, I'm going to have you lead this. So go ahead and tell me where you're placing you now into the field.
Right a little bit further ahead. Yeah, there.
And I'm going to adjust my camera here a little bit. I'm having a challenging time seeing everyone. There we go. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and bring your father into the field. So we'll write on a piece of paper, Hisa's father, with that arrow pointing out. And Hisa, where would you like to place your father in relation to you? Again, intuiting where he feels he is in relation to you, facing out, facing in, etc.
Facing in and kind of directly facing me.
Like here?
Yeah, a little bit further.
Further up?
Up, yeah.
Right there?
Right, exactly.
All right. So let's just start here. And we're going to see what happens in the field when these two components are in. So go ahead and place your hand onto the piece of paper representing Hisa now. And say you're going to be channeling some thoughts and feelings, emotions, feeling viscerally in your body. And you're going to notice how you're relating to Hisa's father. So how is this representation relating to this representation? So let's just take a moment in silence to really feel into that and just allow those emotions and feelings and sensations to come to you.
I feel really frustrated and sad.
Apparently that was the correct answer. Okay. So frustrated and sad. All right, what else?
I feel that instead of blessing me, it's sort of a curse.
Okay.
So I feel that parents are supposed to bless you. They're not supposed to curse you.
Okay, that feels a little bit like it's coming from your head a little bit. So we'll just take a note of that. I'm feeling a great distance here.
I feel angry.
Feeling the distance. Mm-hmm.
I feel really angry.
Yeah, I'm feeling the anger. And it actually does literally feel like an ocean here, an ocean apart. Okay.
I don't feel safe.
Mm-hmm. It actually, it feels wobbly like an ocean. Does anyone else want to chime in what you're receiving when you place your hand on representation for Hisa now?
No, I got anger.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty strong, yeah.
Anyone else?
Anger and frustration, same thing.
Okay.
I kind of got like wanting to keep the distance, but also wanting It's still wanting him to be closer, but not.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like that mixed.
And in what you said, it felt like that's the entanglement. So let's place our hand back on Hisa's father and see what we're channeling when we. Let's just take a moment to feel into this. And Hisa, what are you getting?
Donald Trump. No. It just feels like he feels like a hurricane or like a tornado, like the eye of the storm. It just feels like a certain energy field that's like a storm with a center in it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Sort of kind of destructive, but it's not really aware that it's destructive. It's just kind of it feels like a hurricane or a storm or something destructive.
So I'm feeling some perpetrator energy, and it feels bull in a China shop energy, and he also feels confused and lost right now.
Right. And it just feels like almost like a hurricane or a tornado or Donald Trump tweeting in the middle of the night. That kind of energy.
And I feel this interesting pattern of him wanting to pull you in occasionally.
But it's just interesting because it seems like the energy is so self-absorbed that it's not even conscious that it's doing it. It's more like a little. So what I'm doing is it's going round and round in a circle. I'm holding it's. So I'm holding it, and it's going round and round in a circle like a hurricane or a racer. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. And I just feel like he's pulling you in every once in a while as a possession.
Yeah.
What is everyone else getting? Anything else?
I kind of feel like he doesn't even know that what he's doing is bad or wrong, or
No, he doesn't.
it just kind of, that's just the way it is. And why are you making such a big deal about it? No.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else?
I feel the same, except I kind of, what came up was I wonder if Hisa was a boy, how the energy would be this strong.
No.
Okay.
It would be a different sort of energy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting is, the word that I'm getting is collateral damage. Which is, it's like almost impersonal. It's really interesting.
All right, let's put a couple things into the field here. Let's put in the curse.
Mm-hmm.
And would you like to put in collateral damage?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, let's do it. And see what shows up. All right, where would you like to put the curse?
So, like, collateral damage and the curse seem to be flanking my dad, but in a little bit of a diagonal towards me.
Like here?
Yeah, like that, exactly.
All right, let's put our hand on the curse. Just take a moment in silence to really feel into this and let it settle in and start to notice what you're noticing. masculine, feminine, thoughts, feelings, energy? How is it relating to the others? Hisa, what are you getting? If there's, notice if there's a movement as well.
It's like a very patriarchal energy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm getting. It's very patriarchal. The first thing that comes to mind is the Premier of Dubai, the Prince of Dubai, kind of locking his daughters in, shutting his daughters in when they try to escape.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Are you
like
getting, go ahead.
imprisonment.
I'm getting a strong sense of wanting to come forward. So I'm going to let that take that movement. Are you feeling the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just let him take the movement. So I'm getting a pounding down energy, like wanting to pound you down. Very, very patriarchal, very, very masculine. I get fathers and sons as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting that this is kind of this feels like teamwork. Like he does the job for them. Like he's doing the job for them. So as we speak in the field, the truth, and as we say what hasn't been said, things will shift, things will morph. So I'm just also noticing, and you guys also notice what shifts as we say certain sentences or acknowledge certain isms.
And it's interesting because all of a sudden I have a lot of pressure on my neck and shoulders.
It feels like it's weighing you down.
Some things like holding me by the scruff of my neck.
Mm-hmm. It actually feels like it's pulling you down right now.
Yeah.
Down into the ground. There's almost a sense of dying.
Right.
Into the ground to death.
Yeah. It almost feels like it wants me to just curl up and die.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not. It wants you to force you down to death.
Okay, force me down to death.
Not curl up and die. So let's just, as we acknowledge this, let's just see what shifts. So I'm just gonna say, in speaking in the shoes of the curse, that I want you dead. My job is to kill you. My job is to see that you die.
It makes sense.
And it actually just felt like it wanted to just take a step back. It almost like wanted to just be acknowledged.
Right.
Like it wanted to be known as that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're gonna let that sit. Does anyone else want to say what they noticed when they placed their hand on the representation for the curse? If not, that's okay.
Yeah, all I get is like determination.
Okay.
Really determined to do its thing.
And guys, as you're doing these constellations, you can also, go back and forth and check in with Hisa's father just real quickly to see how that's shifted. I'm getting this strange sense of pride from him when this one's in. Like he's doing, there's this pride of working with this idea or these people or thought. And again, I won't say that. So Hisa, how are you placing your hand back on you now?
I just feel like totally oppressed. There's a sense of oppression, and it's like, and now that we put the curse, it's like, oh my God, this makes total sense. And I just opened a Pandora's box.
Yeah.
I really got to see this for what it is.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go over to collateral damage and let's just see what's showing up for collateral damage. Take a moment, feeling into that energy. And when you're ready, Hisa, go ahead and tell me what you're channeling, what you're getting.
You know, collateral damage seems like my friend.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because if I'm just collateral damage, it's like, oh, I'm just collateral damage. I mean, I'm not responsible.
So I'm actually getting the sensation, and tell me if you agree, to actually move this beside you.
Yeah,
Is
exactly.
okay?
Like, it's like, oh, I'm okay, this is just happening to me, and I'm not responsible for my fate.
Mm-hmm. This feels like accident, happenstance. It's a more of a feminine energy, a softer energy. Anyone else
Yeah.
getting anything? And also looking at, now that that's moved, now that we acknowledged what that is, and now that it's moved, and not that we need to know exactly what that is, just needs to be facilitated to where it's helping the facilitation of the healing here. So placing that by Hisa.
Oh my God, you know what this is? It's interesting because he had an older sister that died very young.
Mm,
There we go.
mm.
That's the woman that's there.
Yeah.
I was not wanting to say anything about this, but I feel when you were talking about the curse and this male energy, I'm like, but there's a woman somewhere, or a feminine energy.
And there must have been some jealousy that my father felt for his older sister, who was brilliant.
So when she came in, and so this is the entanglement right here, okay? When she came in, now feel how your father feels.
What?
Well, do you see what he's doing now? So he's
looking at her.
Yeah, he's looking at her and he's softened. So let's just move him over here.
Yeah.
So you were entangled with her. So this was not about you. This was about them. So let's just have them look at each other. And I'm just going to go quickly check back in here. And this feels like a separate issue, but let's just work on this right now.
You
So
know, I don't know. This sounds really weird, but what I'm getting from my dad is, I wished you dead.
You wish her dead?
Yeah. Are you getting that?
Okay, well, let me feel into it. And when did she die?
She died in 1943 and she was 20.
And what did she die of?
Tuberculosis.
Okay. So I died before my time. I died young.
I died before my time. I died young.
Yeah. And we were entangled somehow.
And we were entangled somehow.
You were carrying some things that were unresolved with me.
You were carrying something that was unresolved with me.
And you carried that on in the family.
You carried that on in your family.
And now in the family, and now we're looking at it.
I'm getting the sense that my dad did not like her.
Mm-hmm.
Or he wasn't allowed to not like her.
Okay. So now I get to be acknowledged. So go ahead and put your hand on the piece of paper representing her. What was her name?
I think her name is, gosh, it's, I forgot.
So we'll write Hisa's aunt when we'll give her utmost respect here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Hisa's aunt. So we're just going to acknowledge her. We're just going to keep acknowledging her, bringing her forth to the light, to the surface, so she can be fully acknowledged.
Mm-hmm.
She was not fully acknowledged. Her death was not fully acknowledged. It wasn't fully talked about. It wasn't fully honored. So we're just giving her. We're acknowledging her right now. So we see you right now. Okay. So
Megan?
Yeah.
Are you sensing, kind of from my dad, a lot of negative energy towards his sister?
So
or is it just me?
So let me place my hand on Hisa's father right now. I'm just going to feel into that, allowing that to channel. I'm feeling
Jealousy.
I'm feeling anger. Give me just one moment here. I'm feeling like I want to escape from something, like I want to run away. But I'm angry. I'm angry at her. I'm almost feeling like, am I angry that she left? I feel like I was angry before she left. Like the anger was there prior. I feel like I was also angry at my mom too.
Uh-huh.
Like the women in my family. I'm angry at the women in my family.
For leaving.
Hang on one second. Let me see if that's true. I'm angry at the women in my family. Did mom leave too?
Mom left because she was taking care of her, so she died a year later from tuberculosis.
Okay, so let me hear into that. So the women do leave. The women leave. Yeah, this is true. So this was the anger. Was he angry before they left?
I think so.
Okay, so hang on. Let me hear this. So let me hear what I'm hearing in the intuitively. So was he angry before they died? I mean, he was angry. He was definitely angry growing up. So I think it was before. So I feel, when I hear that, when I ask that question, I'm also sensing this. So there's something very cultural in this as well.
Mm-hmm.
That so he just wanted to, having just said that, he just wanted this beside him. So
The curse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He likes this beside him. That's his justification for his anger towards women.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a combination of things, and he got to be really mad, more mad at your aunt, at his sister, when she died. Like, it made it even worse. And then you guys became entangled, and he then took that out on you. So we're just gonna say a few things here, Hisa.
Mm-hmm.
So placing your hand on the piece of paper representing your father.
Okay.
You're just gonna say, I have a lot of anger.
I have a lot of anger.
I've had this since I was a little boy.
I've had this since I was a little boy.
I have a lot of hatred towards women.
I have a lot of hatred towards women.
Especially women in my family.
Actually, women in my family.
Especially women in my family.
Especially women in my family.
And I justify it.
And I justify it.
I used this to justify it.
I use this to justify it.
So that I feel better about myself. So that I feel better. So I'm righteous. So
I feel better about myself.
And I'm righteous. I get to be right.
I get to be right.
And they get to be wrong.
And they get to be wrong.
I get to be the big one.
I get to be the big one.
I get to be the superior one.
I get to be the superior one.
And they get to be the inferior one.
And they get to be the inferior one.
Because I like feeling better than them.
I like feeling better than them.
Okay, let's just let that land and see where that goes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just bring a little candle in here by your father, okay?
Okay.
Felt like there was some healing there.
Should I light a candle?
If you'd like, or you can put candle on a piece of paper or healing.
Okay, I'm just going to put a candle on a piece of paper.
Let's just let the field move here.
Mm-hmm.
And notice how this shifted. Guys, I'll check in with you in a moment. I want to let this continue here. So it feels, I'm getting the sense that he's separating a bit from the curse. I just got the sense that he actually felt like it was a crutch just then, and like it was him to have a crutch. Having said that, let's see where that goes. How does he
He
feel?
wants to go, like he wants the candle supporting him now instead of the curse.
Mm-hmm. So he's drawn to, there's been a morphing of that.
Yeah.
All right, hang on one second. So checking into how he feels towards his sister. I do feel it's a softening gaze. I feel a softening heart. I feel a little bit of love. So just acknowledging that. And again, saying that as I'm representing him, as I'm placing my hand on there, is actually saying it into the field. So just allowing that, acknowledging that, allowing that to continue to shift. So he's actually, I can see you now. Hisa, go ahead and put your hand on your the representation for your father.
Okay.
Just tell your sister, tell his sister, so I can see you now
I can start seeing you now
as my sister,
as my sister.
and I can feel some love for you.
I don't think you could feel love.
Mm-hmm. I'm feeling it there in him.
Okay.
Just say it. See where it goes.
I could feel some love for you.
And this is a younger version of him talking. Okay. I can remember you as my sister.
I could remember you as my sister
Before I hated you.
before I hated you.
And I did love you then.
And I did love you then.
How does it feel?
When I'm touching him, he just feels a lot of conflict right now and a lot of memories.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of conflicted feelings.
Yes, very much. That's the shift. So allow him to have all of that. He's allowed to have all that. Say, I'm allowed to have conflict right now.
I'm allowed to have conflict right now.
As this shifts for me.
As this shifts for me.
I'm okay where I am.
Excuse me?
I'm okay where I am.
I'm okay where I am.
And I'm open to healing as well.
And I'm open to healing as well.
Because this feels good.
And this feels good.
Okay, so I'm just going to check in before we move on a little bit here. I'm going to check in with, does anyone else want to add something to what we just experienced? Okay, I'm going to continue then. All right, so let's check in with your aunt, Hisa.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just check in. How does she feel?
More peaceful.
Mm-hmm. She feels acknowledged.
Mm-hmm.
She feels seen and acknowledged. So she feels good. So let's check back in with the curse. What is the curse? What is the curse doing right now? Thinking, feeling, what's the energy?
It's a little frustrated.
Mm-hmm. It is. It doesn't have a pawn anymore, does it?
Yeah, and it's feels like, well, can I attack you? Looking at me.
Yeah. So we're actually gonna write on a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
This curse is actually not needed anymore. So hang on, before we do that, let me just feel into what So we're just, actually, he said, just tell the curse, you're not needed anymore.
You're not needed anymore.
You're from a different time,
You're from a different time.
and there's no use for you anymore.
And there's no use for you anymore.
So we're just going to send you to the light.
We're going to send you to the light.
And anyone who is still entangled with this curse, we're going to release them from this curse as well.
We're going to release this from anybody entangled, we're going to release as well.
From this curse.
From this curse.
That has served its purpose. That has served its purpose.
It served its purpose.
Here on earth.
Here on earth.
And now it can rest.
And now it could rest or go where it's supposed to go to.
And anyone entangled with this curse can rest as well.
And anyone entangled with this curse could rest as well.
Let's just go ahead and let's actually take this curse to the light. So we're going to take this curse to the light. Okay. And we'll just also write on here, this is going to be whatever this curse needs to be fully at peace. Just write the X on a piece of paper.
Okay.
And just place it next to the curse at the light.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever the curse needs to fully fulfill its destiny, to fully be at peace, we're just going to place it next to the curse by the light, okay?
Mm-hmm.
How does the curse feels like it's at home here. Okay, let's check back here. Hisa, how are you feeling now that that curse has gone to the light?
I feel much better.
Yeah.
I just don't, I'm like not sure if the curse is gone, but I do feel better.
Mm-hmm. So, okay. So let's, before we go further, put your hand on the curse. Where is it?
Well, it's kind of trapped between the candle, the light, and the X.
Trapped between the candle, the light, and the X.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would say contained. Contained.
Okay. Does it feel at peace to you?
It's losing its power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It actually feels like it's balancing out right now, like in action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so place your hand on you.
Okay.
And I just want you to feel into you without saying a word. Just feel into you, okay? Okay, now I want you to feel into the curse. Go back up here.
Mm-hmm.
You feel how separate that is?
Yeah, it's not as oppressive.
Okay, no, I want you to go back to you. How does it feel to be in your shoes?
More positive, more like I have a future.
Okay, and I have the strong desire to take a step away from your aunt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, did we do that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And actually, I feel like she wants to kind of to move. Let's put her next to your father up here.
Okay.
And actually, let's place her, it feels like she actually wants to go to the light, okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We'll just acknowledge her. I feel like having, placing, it feels like a bow is what wants to be, how she wants to be acknowledged. Can we just do that real quick?
What?
It feels like a bow out of respect for her.
I'm bowing.
Okay. She's doing the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's her time to go, so we'll place her in the light, okay?
Mm-hmm.
We'll place her over here.
Oh my God, now I remember her name.
What is her name?
Toshi.
Okay, Toshi. Say, bye, Toshi, think kindly of me.
Bye, Toshi, think kindly of me.
As I think kindly of you.
As I think kindly of you.
Bestow blessings upon me.
Bestow blessings upon me.
Okay. How does that feel now?
Lighter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not afraid of my father. I'm a little bit like leery of the curse, but I don't feel like it's my father's doing that, you know?
So put your hand back on the curse. How does the curse feel?
I keep seeing like that, you know, like it's very patriarchal and it's very dark.
So place your hand back on you now. I want you to say a few things.
Okay.
Say, I keep bringing the curse back to me.
I keep bringing the curse back to me.
I'm trying to pull it back in
I'm trying to pull it back in
where it doesn't belong.
where it doesn't belong.
I do this because it's out of comfort.
I do this out of comfort. It's a past life thing.
I'm willing to let it go.
I'm willing to let it go.
I want to let it go.
I want to let it go. Could I just say one more thing?
Yeah.
There are parts of the world where that curse is active, but I'm not part of that world.
So say, I release my life from this curse. Others may still have it.
Others may still have it, but I release my life from this curse.
As it no longer serves me.
As it no longer serves me. That makes sense. That makes total sense.
And I actually feel like you want to step in front of your father in your own strength. That's
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're about to go visit him and this feels appropriate. Like
Mhm.
now I'm ready. I'm strong. Now I'm stronger. I'm ready.
And now I'm ready and stronger. Yes.
Okay. Is this okay to leave it here?
Yes. Thank you.
Perfect. Okay. All right. If you guys want to add anything, I didn't feel appropriate to kind of check back and forth with the rest of you guys, but if you guys want to add anything to contribute, please, any messages that would be helpful to Hisa, can you go ahead and say those into the field?
Please.
I just feel good because I can feel Hisa like standing on her own, you know, without all this interference.
Do you still feel the weight on your shoulders, Isa?
Much less. Much less. When it started happening, it was like my neck was in pain, and I don't feel that pain anymore.
It feels lifted. It feels lighter. So
Yeah.
keep allowing that to. I actually think I don't say this that much, but I actually think for you some elongated stretching.
Yes.
Like some physical movement will actually like literally strengthen your neck, literally put your shoulders back,
Uh-huh.
and some physical movement so that you're really aware of your body without any entanglement. How does my body feel without any entanglement? This is one less entanglement today. We just got rid of something. So how do I feel now? And feel your strength, feel your flexibility, and feel your lightness.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Nicole, anything that you want to add?
I don't know. I was glad when you brought in the ant, because I had a strong feeling that somewhere there, and I still don't know, I couldn't really pinpoint it. There was like a woman with a very dark dress, and it was almost as if I would see her. She was, and that might have been just, you know, whatever, all the females in the family or whatever that was related to the father and the curse, and I couldn't really pinpoint it. So but I feel that all this got addressed. I just couldn't figure out what it was that. But as soon as this female part came in, I'm like, yeah, okay, now we are addressing it. So whatever shape it took.
And it's just interesting. So how, and you guys have experienced this in a workshop, how just a couple words that how someone describes collateral damage, and that those are the words that Hisa on some level knows that that's there. And it's like and it takes the field to kind of morph it into, okay, we see exactly who that is and what that entanglement is. But at first we're just getting, okay, we have the words, she's got the energy, she has, however Hisa's relating to it, and then it reveals itself fully who exactly that entanglement is. But you know, again, the process, it has to go through a little bit of a process. So, all right, guys, it's 2 minutes to 7. Thank you. That's a little intense. We've been doing more, you know, more lighter ones, but occasionally we got to go back. We got to go back down deep. We got to go back down deep. And I think, you know, it's appropriate. We have the relationship workshop Sunday, and then of course, he said you're going to visit your father. So this stuff comes to us when.
Mm-hmm.
And with wanting more healing. So
thank you everybody for supporting me while I was doing this. It really meant a lot to me.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for sharing and opening yourself up. So everyone, will see you on Sunday. And just to let you know, we're going to do next Tuesday instead of Wednesday. Hope you guys can make it. I have a conflict and he's going to be out of town. So it'll be next Tuesday Zoom session. It'll also be a support session after the workshop. So hopefully a lot of people will get on to get that support as well. Cool?
Cool.
I think we have one more spot left if you guys know of anyone that wants to come on Sunday.
All right. Thank you.
Cool. All right, guys.
Thank you.
All right. Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.